I'd like you all to imagine that one of your grandparents are walking down the street, and they trip and they fall and they break their hip. Now I'd like you to imagine that you're a worker in a factory, and you trip over some equipment, and you fall and you injure your back. Injuries such as these, resulting from a trip and a fall, are a serious issue in Canada. And while there are many things that we can do to prevent these incidences from occurring, the reality is that it's still going to happen. So what can we do to improve our ability to recover from a loss of balance during a trip? Well, research suggests that explosive strength of the knee extensors is a key determinant of whether or not a person will recover from a loss of balance during a trip. Explosive strength is the ability of a person to produce the maximal amount of strength that they're capable of in the shortest amount of time. So while you may be a very strong individual, if it takes you a long time to produce your maximal strength, it's not going to be very beneficial during very fast contractions that occur in a short amount of time, such as those that we would use to recover from a loss of balance during a trip. But there's a problem. Most of the research that has examined explosive strength has done so while people are sitting at rest and has only looked at one knee position. However, when we're experiencing a trip, we're not at rest, we're in motion. Additionally, a trip can occur at various different knee positions. So this is what my research wanted to focus on. We wanted to know how explosive strength was altered while we're during fast contractions where we're already contracting or in a state of pre-activation. And we also wanted to know how this would change at different knee positions. What my research found was that during these fast contractions, when going from rest to pre-activation, there were greater reductions in explosive strength at straighter knee positions compared to more bent knee positions, meaning that we're at a disadvantage for recovering from a loss of balance during a trip at these straight knee positions. So this is great. We know this disadvantage exists. But when we're experiencing a trip, we're not actively thinking about how straight our leg is. So how can we use this information? Well, my research would suggest that for individuals who are more prone to experiencing a trip and a fall, train explosive strength at straighter knee positions. Doing so may reduce this disadvantage, improve our ability to recover from a loss of balance at straighter knee positions, and ultimately reduce the risk of injury during a trip and a fall. Thank you very much.